I've updated the scripted tile mod. I've reorganized the table, as you can see. The only thing new on the table is the updater utility. You can count the outdated tiles or just update them. The tiles have to have been made after the custom UI update, so any ones before will not be updated. You have to place them on the converter instead. An addition in this update is if you hover over the tile, it'll show you what your current effect does. Now with no effect, of course, there is no effect. If you were to change this to say blinded, it'll tell you blinded, miss on low and average rolls. This also works with named tiles. Another small change this update is previously, if you had selected multiple tiles and pressed R, it would bring up the UI on each and every single one of these. This has been removed. However, if your selection includes a tile that has its UI up, it will close the UI. Also in this is if you have tiles that have effects and you select them and press 1, it will remove the effects. This performance update did require 2 sad changes. One is the first time you bring up the tile UI, it'll flicker like that. This is to get around a bug in Tabletop Simulator. You will not see that flashing again, even if you were to turn the UI off and bring it back up, or even bring it up on another tile. The other sad change is bringing up the UI while there is currently no effect on the tile, or changing the effect while there is currently no effect on the tile, or the UI is not up, will cause a small lag spike. This can be demonstrated by moving the camera and bringing up the UI and removing it at the same time, or moving the camera and changing the effect. This is sadly required to increase performance. Tabletop Simulator loses performance at the fact that technically the UI is still there, it is just not being drawn. So, to save on performance, the UI is completely removed when possible and is only brought up when needed. Of course, changing the UI on the tile item causes a small lag spike. This is how fast it loads now. And then once all the items load, you can see it's just a little herky-jerky, as normal, and then I'm able to smoothly move around. Now, I need to show before I leave this, I still get 60 FPS. Now this is what the old version was like, with 300 tiles on the board. You have your initial loading phase, and then once you see this loading complete text, the game is now frozen for a while. And the reason for that is it is having to go through each and every single tile and set the UI, which, due to the way Tabletop Simulator works, causes a lot of lag because it guarantees the UI will be set within 1 frame. And then now that it's finally loaded, you can see I'm not getting 60 FPS. And this is on a pretty good computer. In fact, on my terrible laptop, would only get about 25 FPS, versus with the new updated tile, it gets about 50 FPS with 300 tiles. In case you missed it, as the video did get almost no views, I have produced a tintable URealms tile that can have its tint color set without affecting the color of the image. If you would like to see more about this tile, a link will be down in the description.